All right. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Studio C podcast. I am your host, BBQHD,
And what's good was great. It's your boy Phil.
and looks like KV is late yet again. So, I don't know what
it's
you want to wait for him or.
uh being late seems to be part of his charm now. Um let's discuss let me look at the topic list again. See if there's some things we can get into before him. Hmm. Hey, I feel like everything he would it's up to you, barbecue. I mean he's late right now, so show must go on. So he can
Um,
join in when it's time.
we normally start off with a sports show. That's the thing. I mean, the only thing we could possibly do is the Mount Rushmore, but even then, I mean, we need three people. So let's start off with. All right, let's start off with MCU. So what's his name? What's his name? Bob Iger announced earlier this week that the MCU is only dropping 2 to 3 movies a year now. They're cutting back, way back on their movie production and TV shows too. I think it's only 1 to 2 TV shows a year now, which personally I think that's a great start on resetting the MCU to becoming the best it can be again. Um, like you can't be pushing out 5 to 10 movies a year and expect them all to be great, amazing. You gotta quality over quantity. That's a perfect example of this right now. Quality over quantity. Like seriously hoping that they up the quality of the movies coming out this year and future years.
Yeah, I would have to completely agree. Like you said, quality over quantity is the first thing that came in my mind when I heard this. I think that, like you said, I think this is great. It's something that should be happening. I am not on the side where I think the MCU is just dying or is dead, like some people feel. But it is obvious it is on a decline, and before it continues to decline, like you said, quality over quantity, instead of trying to push out, you know, 8, 10 Marvel movies or Marvel related things a year, let's slow it down some. Let's, instead of having 4 to 5 MCU movies, let's have 2 to 3 really good ones. Instead of pushing out 3 to 4 TV shows a year. Let's maybe push out 1 to 2 really good ones. Take our time with it. Not try to rush through it. Get done with it, and then also just give more times for storylines to connect, make things more sense. Just give more time for a better overall product. So I definitely think this could be a really good thing. It should be. Even going back to how the MCU started off or used to be, I could be completely wrong about this because I was a lot younger. But even with like the Avenger movies and Iron Man movies and stuff, I don't remember a whole lot superhero movies coming out at one time. You had Thor, then we had Avengers that year, and maybe something else. Then we had Captain America, then we had another Avengers that year. We had Iron Man 3. We had it was all spaced out. It wasn't just back to back to back. It wasn't, we got Iron Man, we got Captain America, we got Avengers, and then we got Avengers Part 2 in one year. It was always spaced out, I feel like, for the most part. So it's good that they're slowing things down and focusing on the quality.
Yeah, I feel like ever since Disney Plus came out, we've been very spoiled with. I feel like that kind of uh, that kind of made things rushed. Uh, like they felt like, oh, Disney Plus is out. We need to start stacking stuff up with on this platform when it's not necessarily true. I mean, you have great movies you can go back to, put them on there, which they did for the most part. Um, and yeah, just like we said, perfect way to start. I agree with you. I don't think the MCU is dead yet, but it is getting there. Uh, we like you said, we've also been seeing it since Endgame. Um,
Mhm.
it has not been the same quality. There have been a few movies have been on the same quality as Endgame, but they're few and far between. Um, like the newest Spider-Man: Far From Home. I mean, that was amazing. Did it necessarily feel like a Spider-Man only movie? No, but was it still great? Yes. Um, so yeah, and then you have TV shows and like She-Hulk that come out. Like you can't have, like I said, you can't have like banger to banger back to back to back.
Yeah. Now, question: what do you feel? You said after Endgame, it's been on the decline, which I definitely agree. I think everyone sees that. What do you feel is the reason for that decline after Endgame?
Storyline, definitely. They, I feel like I've said this multiple times, but they I feel like they rushed to replace the Avengers. Uh, and we all know it's because of money. Uh, but yeah, they rushed way too into uh, replacing the replacing the Avengers. I mean, they're, I guess you could say replacing, but they yeah, because after Avengers Endgame, we saw Cap die, uh, Iron Man die, Thor fell off the face of the planet, uh, and who knows where, or who knew at the time where Captain Marvel was after Endgame, uh, and then right after that, we want to say they announced the TV shows, which was uh, Falcon and Winter Soldier, which pretty much insinuated Falcon would take over as Captain America. Like less than a year, and I mean, it was a what was it, 2 years later, but still very quick. Um, so yeah, I feel like just the story kind of was lost after Endgame.
Yeah, I had to agree with you. I feel like they didn't do a good job of integrating the new generation of the Avengers. And I've stated it on here before. I'm all for, moving on to, what's new, but with it being done the right way. I don't feel like they've done a good job of actually, putting together storylines, introducing these new characters or how, they're going to become who they are becoming. I also agree with the part on, yeah, it definitely it feels rushed. While like I said, I do think it's cool to see kind of a new generation of new Avengers. Also, maybe, killing Cap off, or, maybe they rushed that a little bit, or having Thor just, not be Thor anymore. Wherever he is now, maybe that wasn't the right direction. You know, um, I still hate what they did with the Hulk, having him be a smart guy Hulk. All that. So maybe that wasn't the best direction how they rushed it. But yeah, I definitely think that's the downfall of it. I also feel I don't really like the whole multiverse stuff that's going on. I feel like it's just too much going on. I am grateful that we got the greatest crossover of cinematic history, in my opinion, with the Spider-Man all coming together. But you know, like the Doctor Strange movie that came out and a couple other things. It's just, we got this person from this universe or this dimension and this. It's too much going on, which is why it's even hard for me to get into like comics and stuff. That's what it's starting to become. It's just a lot going on, and it's hard to do that inside of a 2 3 hour film where, with a comic you can have however many comics to help set up and connect the stories, where 2 to 3 hours you can't really do that same thing. It's not adding up and making much sense.
Yeah, especially for older people too. Like we're lucky enough to be young, and for now, uh, and yeah, we can for the most part. I'm not gonna say keep up with it, but for the most part, we can keep up with it. There are some things that we get lost about, but like you said, but like just imagine the older Marvel fans, like they can't keep up with, or the people who like the kids who are showing their parents, oh, uh, like kids who are showing these parents, their parents in these movies, and they're like, their parents are like, wait, so how did this happen again? And you have to pause the movie. You have to let the kid go on like an hour long spiel, and it's just like, okay.
Right. Yeah, it's also I think the obvious, unfortunately losing Chadwick Boseman, even though it is, one character, he was a big, part of the MCU. That definitely obviously doesn't, help. I definitely think that hurt it because it kind of that Wakanda movie wasn't really, they did what they could, but obviously I think that also plays a factor. Like I said, not a huge factor because it is one character in the setting and not the whole universe, but that definitely I think plays a factor as well.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously you can't control life and death, sadly, but yeah, I feel like I don't know the whole situation. I don't know if he told the Marvel executives about his situation, like in advance or not. but if he did, there were ways they could have went around it. Uh, Obviously, it wouldn't. I don't think it would change much, because you can't replace a great actor.
Mhm.
Uh, but I mean, and obviously he's. I mean, you can. There are some roles you can replace, but a role as big as that, you wouldn't be able to, especially without outroar from fans. So if they just recasted Black Panther, I feel like
Yeah.
that would not have gone well at all.
Right. Right. Yeah, and I know from what I've heard, they said he kept that he was sick away from everyone, so no one knew except like his close family. The director of Black Panther, he said that he actually, gave or sent Chadwick the Black Panther 2 script, so they actually had, a Black Panther 2 movie planned. And he said, I'm tired right now. I'll look at it later, though, read over it later. And the director, he said that's when he knew something was going on because he said Chadwick, never, really done that. He never expressed how tired he was or things like that. So, really, it shows how maybe that movie was even rushed, the Wakanda movie. The fact that they had a Black Panther 2 plan, and because of their unfortunate passing, they're like, okay, quick, we gotta come up with something. But yeah,
Yeah, I know this is a little off topic, but I am so far behind. I haven't even watched. I Last new Marvel movie I watched was Spider Man.
okay.
So I am so far
Yeah.
behind. I haven't watched anything past that.
Yeah, I'm definitely far behind too. I'm not far behind like that, but I'm definitely far behind too. I gotta get Disney Plus back. That's the reason why. But um, the one I know for sure I need to watch is the Captain Marvel movie that recently came out with all of them. As far as the series goes, I'm definitely I have no idea what's going on in the series.
The
Yeah.
series, I want to say last series I watched was Hawkeye, and I didn't even get through all of it. I watched one episode of She Hulk, and I was like, I'm done. Um,
Okay, see, I liked the first episode of She-Hulk, but I stopped watching after that because I lost Disney Plus. But I said after the first episode, was it some things that like, I don't know, but I thought it was cool off of the first episode though.
yeah, after one episode, I was like, I'm not really interested in this. So, shit.
Yeah,
The Marvels, I'm not really. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even interested in that movie. Never was.
yeah,
I mean,
hmm,
it's no offense to the actors, but it's just not a storyline I'm interested in.
yeah, yeah.
Especially,
Hopefully, yeah, my bad.
especially with Captain Marvel. She's not my favorite. She wasn't my favorite character to begin with.
Hmm.
I felt like her first movie was meh.
Yeah, yeah. I feel the same way. That's the reason why I haven't watched the Marvels yet because not because of me, but my family it really isn't interested in it. Uh, and I feel the same way about the Captain Marvel movie. I felt like it was okay. My dad loves loves the movie just because she's a pilot in the Air Force planes. And he was in the Air Force, so he just biased towards that. But yeah, Captain Marvel. Not that anything's wrong with her, but she's just kind of like whatever for me at least. She's kind of like she's there.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I think another thing for me is time. I don't have. I barely like. I just watched like 10 minutes of an episode of Next Level Chef, like right before coming on here. I I work from 6 a.m. to like 4 p.m. and then at 6:30 I come on and stream. So I only have like 2 hours, and then that's it. 2 hours to relax, and I
Yeah,
just use that to watch YouTube or whatever. Sleep mostly.
Yeah, yeah. Time is definitely a big factor as well. And like you, when I do finally have time, it's just other stuff I'd rather be doing than watching a series or a movie.
Yeah, and then my mom will ask me to watch movies, but she's not interested in the whole Marvel stuff, so I don't even ask.
Yeah.
So looks like KV is really late today. So on to topic I didn't have. I don't even have on here. Um, the Fall Guy came out a week ago. Let me see. Eighth or yeah, a week ago. Actually, a week ago tomorrow. Um, honestly, I thought it was coming out a lot later than it did. Um, so I'm gonna go see this movie uh Sunday for Mother's Day. My mom really wants to watch The Fall Guy, so we're gonna go see that
Okay.
Sunday.
That's what's up. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. It has what's his name?
Wait, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Ryan Gosling. Okay.
Last movie I watched with him in it was really good. Was he in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Was that him? No. Who was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood then?
I know the last movie I saw him in was Barbie. So every time I see him, I'm just thinking of him playing Ken.
Yeah, that's. I haven't watched that movie. I have no interest in that movie, so.
I only saw it because my girl at the time wanted to see it. So we all got in our pink and watched the Barbie.
You might need to send us a photo of that.
You know what? I don't think we took any pictures. But honestly, I don't mind the color pink. Like low key, call it what you want. Pink might be one of it's not it's like my second, third probably at lowest favorite color on the road. I like pink combinations, like the Vice City combination where they got the pink, the teal green, the white. Pink looks good in certain combinations, but I'm not also saying I'm just gonna rock around with a full pink outfit on or something. But I
I
do mess with pink.
Yeah, I don't mind pink either. It's just I can imagine Phil wearing a full pink tuxedo and going out.
You know what though? Full pink. If
You
you
would
rock
look
it,
good in a full
yeah,
pink
that's where.
tuxedo.
That's what I like that. I actually like that. Dang, why didn't you say anything during prom? That would have
Wait, did
been
I know you?
okay.
I don't think I knew you
No,
during
I
prom.
don't think so. No, no. Dang. This idea should have been brought up though. Dang, that makes me want to like go to. I think they have certain. I forgot what it's called. They have certain dances and stuff that you can go to. I want to go to it now. Just the pink tux idea. I like that.
Yeah, Brad Pitt was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I get those two confused. They look so alike.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he was in. Apparently, he was in Morbius.
Who, Brad Pitt or Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Gosling. I didn't finish the movie. I got like
Yeah. Yeah.
15 minutes into the movie, and I was like, I told my mom, I was like, I can't watch any more of this.
Yeah, I fell asleep at the main action part, I was asleep. So yeah, I wouldn't know either. I don't remember him in there, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I got to. It was like right after he changed, and
Mhm.
like he was protecting the that one woman scientist.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the part I got to. It was like very early in the movie. I was like, this is not good at all.
Yeah, let me think. I know I got past the part when he started to change and stuff. I think they were hunting. They're trying to hunt him down or whatever because what happened on that ship or wherever they were at. Then I fell asleep right there. I woke up to him and the other vampire dude fighting in like the train or whatever. And then I saw the ending credit scene, which was the best part of the movie.
Like and you know me, I love movies. Like I never stop in the middle of a movie and be like, okay, I can't anymore.
Yeah.
I always find one, at least one positive in a movie, and that movie I could not.
Yeah, the only unfortunate with that is because that movie did so bad, and rightfully so, it's terrible. But that was going to be the closest we got to possibly getting Andrew back as Spider-Man, based off what the ending credits were. So that's why, in a way, I was rooting for it. But yeah, it doesn't look like that'll be happening.
Uh, okay, KV, where are you? We have so much great topics, but we need all of us here.
Yeah. Low key, at this point, we can make it work with two. It's not going to be as effective, but it's going to be effective because we can still make like the Mount Rushmores and stuff work.
All right, you want to do that?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
All right. So Mount Rushmore, we only have one this week for the sports show. Um, it's kind of drifting to the sports show. Hang on, let me get the transition. Okay, it's not working. So, all right. This week Mount Rushmore, we are doing best NFL jerseys.
Yes. Would you like to go first, or you want me to go first?
I can go first. All right.
Okay.
So my first pick in this week's Mount Rushmore draft is Steelers Bumblebee jerseys. So I know we normally go non-bias, but this is a little this is my one bias pick for the week. Um, I think it's just so ugly, it's good. Uh, so that's my one bias pick. Um, from now on, it will be completely unbiased. Um, my second pick, Steelers Color Rush jerseys. I feel like I feel like Steelers have the best Color Rush jerseys in the NFL right now. With close second Lions with their new black and uh, blue jerseys. Like you cannot fail with the black and gold colors. I mean, you literally can't. They're just so good with the all black and then gold number. Oh, it's so good. I love every time we play in
Yeah,
our color rush. Speaking of
yeah.
Lions
It is. It
new,
is.
speaking of Lions new color rush, uh, Lions new black and blue jerseys. I don't know if you. Oh, I forgot to put the thing up. Oh well. I don't know if you've seen them yet. But the new color Lions color rush jerseys that were just announced a couple weeks ago. Um, They're so good. They're so good.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I
then
saw them when they came out. I'm looking at them now again.
yeah,
Hmm.
they're just
My
really
bad, but
good
go.
with the Honolulu blue, I think they call it, and then the black. I think it's black numbers, right?
Mhm.
Or is it a
It's
black jersey?
blue number.
Blue numbers.
Yeah, it's black jersey, blue numbers, blue helmets.
Oh yeah, the helmets. The helmets are matte, right?
That's what it looks like. Or is it? I don't know. Some pictures look matte, some pictures look metallic.
Either way, it's so good.
Yeah.
Just a great combo. Kind of reminds me of the Panthers a little bit,
Hmm.
but I think that's just
Yeah.
colors. Um, but yeah, they're just so good. Uh, they remind me also of the Steelers color rush, just different colors. That's I think that's why I love them so much. It's just the
Yeah.
black goes with everything. And then my third or my fourth one,
Yeah.
the Commanders color rush.
Okay. Now theirs is the all black and the maroon numbers, right?
Uh, it's all black, uh, gold numbers with a maroon outline.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, I think it's just because the colors for me, the black and gold go well. The maroon is it's subtle, but it's there. Um, I don't mind maroon. Uh, so yeah, I love. At first, I didn't really like them because I mean I thought they looked too similar to the Steelers color rush, but they've definitely grown on me. All right, what's
All
yours?
right. So you got the throwback Steelers color rush, Lions new black jerseys, and the Commanders color rush. Let me just speaking on yours real quick. The Steelers Bumblebees. We talked about. I do believe those are the ugliest uniforms probably in football, next to Green Bay. But one is your Mount Rushmore, but also two, they're so iconic, and I think that's where gets all the points with them. The Steelers color rush, I agree, it's a great color rush, great uniform. It's hard to mess up with that combination, all black and gold. It's hard to mess up with that. Um, it's a nice uniform. It doesn't stand out too much for me, but not saying it is a nice uniform though. Black jerseys. I'm gonna have to see these on the field. Through the pictures, I have kind of mixed reviews. I don't really love the way blue looks on the jersey with the numbers and stuff. Um, but it's a uniform I'm gonna have to see on the field. It also kind of takes points away from me because it does look very similar to the Panthers. But you know, when you have that color scheme, you really can't help it. And then the Commanders color rush was actually a uniform I didn't think about. Um, like I said, nothing too special about it or that stands out, but it is a really nice uniform, and I forgot about it. They really need to wear it more often. But yeah, but for my list, as always, no particular order, but just going first. These jerseys are, in my opinion, it doesn't really stand out, but I just really love the uniform, the way it looks, and the way the players rock it is just clean. The 49ers red jersey and white pants uniform combo. I think it's their 95, 97 anniversary throwback jerseys. I may be completely wrong, but um, I just love the way these look. I mean, it looks clean. That red, how it looks with the red and white. You get some white sleeves on it, whatever. You know, you get the white sock. It's just a clean look to me. It just looks clean. Like I said, nothing stands out about it. It's not like a super special uniform, but it just passes the eye test for me. I just like the way it looks. Um, Next on my list, I have the Seattle Seahawks throwback jerseys or throwback uniforms. I love these uniforms. I think Seattle, personally, I know we talked about it, even though I'm not talking about the highlight green color rush, but I do feel like Seattle has the best uniforms in the game. They're the most unique. You really don't see those colors on any other sports teams, to my knowledge. Like I said, I don't know all sports, but I just love these uniforms. Um, Especially it's a real specific one that I like too. But anyways, they just had the best throwback uniforms in my opinion. I love these jerseys. Every time I play with Seattle and Madden or use them, automatic switch these. These are just love these. Um Next, this is another one where nothing maybe stands out, but it just looks clean to me. The New York Giants throwback jerseys, they're home and away. I just love these jerseys way more than their current ones now. It kind of has different shades of blue. You know, they got like a darker blue helmet, lighter blue jerseys, got the red stripes and stuff. The white just looks clean. It's just a clean look to me, especially you know how to rock it with some accessories. I know like Odell uh rocks it some of the best. Like they're throwback unis though. I just love the Giants throwback unis. And a last minute fourth option kind of because I forgot. I think I forgot the four. um it was hard to think. There's a few teams with some nice jerseys, but I ended up going with the Texas Oilers throwback jerseys or the Tennessee Titans, you know, throwback jerseys. That powder blue, the white helmet, the Oilers symbol, whatever. It just the red with it. It's just a clean uniform, in my opinion. Um, it was a beautiful that almost took the spot. I was thinking of uh powder blue uniform, the Chargers powder blue uniform. I was thinking of a couple other teams, but I did go with the Titans throwback jerseys though. So this is my list. I got 49ers red white combo, Seattle's throwback, York's throwback, and the Titans throwback.
All right, so what's I feel like we have to put the 49ers up there.
Okay. And I I have to put the bubble on there. Just it's so iconic.
The
So
Bumblebees.
yeah, so that's yeah, yeah, they gotta be up there. Yeah, so we got 49ers, Bumblebees. Um, I'm gonna try to not be biased towards my picks. So I'm gonna go to the Oilers and make my case for the Titans throwback unis. Not only is it a nice looking jersey, but it's also kind of a throwback paying homage to the Texas or to the Texas Oilers team that no longer exists anymore. So it's kind of cool seeing that those uniforms out, kind of paying homage to that. So that's another reason why I feel it should get a spot on the final list.
I mean, these my one issue, and it's not even that big of an issue, is the orange kind of sticks out a little bit.
Mm.
Because you see in a lot of these, the players are wearing orange uh, sleeves and orange gloves. I mean, the orange kind of sticks out. The red
Okay,
is
I think
definitely
it's
a
the
lot better.
lighting. Yeah, I think it's lighting. It should be red because some do look orange. I know it. Yeah, it can't be orange.
Okay, in that case, yeah. I mean, the
Yeah,
red
okay.
looks a
I
lot
see what
better.
you mean. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was seeing that too. Like, yeah, some of these, like the Derrick Henry one, especially with this guy, his sleeves look complete orange. Yeah, it's supposed to be red though. So yeah.
Yeah, I can get with those.
Okay, cool. And then for the final spot, I had the Bobby. Um, let's see if we can knock some off. Um, I just can't mess with the Lions ones right now for the final list. For me, it's gonna have to be to be decided. I gotta see it on the foot right in before that
Yeah,
because it's hard for
that
me.
makes
I'm
sense.
that makes seem
That makes sense because in a they're taking those pictures in a controlled environment. They can uh do pretty much whatever they want to make their jerseys as look as good as possible. You can't really do that on the football field. So yeah, I can for now can take that off the list.
right. Yeah. Second, my only thing about the Commanders, like I said, it's a very nice uniform. Nothing stands out too much. Um, I'm looking at that compared to the Steelers color rush. I would take the Steelers color rush over that any day. So I think maybe go ahead and knocking off the Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders.
Then
Commanders
yeah,
can go.
then we can head to all right. So the Giants throwback and then the Steelers color rush. Uh, this this is gonna be bias against bias here. Um, the Steelers color rush, yeah, it's really good uniform. Um, so my own argument for the Giants with this is just the iconicness or how iconic it is. But I'm not mad if you want to put the color rush over it though. So yeah.
My issue with the Giants throwbacks is it looks too similar to uh their normal jerseys, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks way too similar to their normal jerseys. I mean, there's a slight change in the blue, you can tell, but that's about it. That's my only thing with the
Yeah.
Giants.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is with these jerseys for me. I feel like even it is similar, but I just feel it looks so much better than the original jersey because not the original, but the new jerseys. Because their new jerseys is just straight blue and white, and that's it. This one has different shades of blue, some stripes and stuff. But like I said, the Steelers color rush being over it, I'm not mad at all. Especially since we got the last two standing right now. The Seattle throwback versus the Steelers color rush. Now, my only argument here for the Seattle throwback is that color scheme so unique and you don't really see it in many other sports teams to my knowledge. And it's executed very well, in my opinion. Where the Steelers black and gold color, I say it's cool. Uniform, black, kind of basic. It's kind of hard to mess up on. You're not really taking any chances with black and gold. You know, blue color, silver, neon, very cool and loud colors to uniform, and I feel like it's executed very well.
Yeah, I can get behind the Seahawks. I can get behind putting that one up there.
Okay. So our list, we got a 49ers red jersey, white pants combo. Got the Steelers 19 uniforms.
I think we lost Phil. Oh,
Okay,
there you go.
we back. We back. He back.
I just realized we put all throwbacks on our list.
That's crazy. Do you think it's because the throwbacks are actually better, or is it something? It's just because it's something new that they don't bring out like that. So it's just cool to see.
I mean, I definitely don't think the Bumblebees are better. I think they're just, like I said, they're just so good they're bad, or they're so bad they're good. Um, but I feel like they were definitely more creative back for the throwbacks than the normal ones.
Yeah, yeah, I have to agree. Also, honorable mention while we're on the topic, real quick. I don't think it's in the. It's not going. It didn't make my list because it is kind of. It doesn't stand out too much, and it's kind of you can't really mess up black and red. But the Falcons jersey or uniform combination when we wear the red helmet, the black jersey, and the white pants, it's really just the red helmet that looks really good, that
Mhm.
stands out. Just wanted to give my team a little shout out with that. But yeah, I like our finalists.
Yeah, I was gonna put Falcons on my list, but I mean the Falcons are kind of basic.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, we
and that's not throwing any shade at the Falcons. I mean, I love the Falcons. I live in Atlanta, but I mean their color rush is okay. I feel like it would be better if the two were flipped, the full black with red letters,
yeah,
instead
because
of
I don't
the
like that all red.
yeah. It kind of gives me the Lions old, well now old color rush with the all gray. It just doesn't look right to me.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, other than that, Falcons are kind of basic. I mean, there's
yeah, we
some
are.
good ones. Like I'm looking at one now where it there's like the top is red and then it fades to black in the bottom. That looks kind of cool with the black pants.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the Falcons are like very basic.
Yeah, especially now. I feel like what we wear now is some of our most basic uniforms because it's really all straight black with white numbers and a little red outline. It's so boring and basic.
Yeah, they could do so much better. Any
Yeah.
Falcons executives? One, please don't sue us for defamation, and two, hire us for designing jerseys.
Yes. Yes.
I will take a minimum of uh, $5,000 an hour. Um, all right, you want to go into the Tom Brady roast?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, I am so mad I didn't get to watch this because it was only on Netflix. But so what was it? Monday?
It was sometime this week, earlier this week, or was it even last weekend? I don't know. It was recently. That's all I know. It was
Yeah,
recently.
so it was sometime this past week or this week. I'm already thinking it's Friday for some reason. Um, so Tom Brady went on Kevin Hart's roast show. I think they do it like once a year or something like that. Um, and it was this big event. Tom Brady, I heard, didn't even make it through half of it. I think he walked out, which I
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not surprised. Tom Brady is a big baby. I'm not afraid to say it. Big baby, mediocre football player. Um, overhyped, very very overhyped. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. So this is actually very interesting because I actually started watching this today. I think I got through the first hour. The thing is like 2.5 hours. I watched the first hour, so I still obviously has some ways to go. But what I will say so far, the roasts they're definitely out there. I'm not a person, I'm not really a talker like that. I know how I can get. So it's not for me, but some of the stuff is funny, I guess. A lot of the stuff it's a lot of over sexualized jokes in there, which I like stand up comedy. A lot of stand up comedy is like that. It's okay to a certain extent, but like if you ever get the chance to listen to or see some clips on YouTube, you a lot of the stuff is doing it a lot too much. Just people, 'cause, yeah. Also, some of the jokes you really will.
I think we lost Phil again. Oh, there we go. You're back.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, you just turned very robotic for the last,
Oh,
I want to say, 30 seconds.
okay. Um, okay, well, let me go. But yeah, a lot of the jokes just kind of over sexualized a lot. Also, I think a few of them went too far. Like I said, from the first hour I've gone through. Like, are you familiar with Aaron Hernandez?
I heard the name, I'm not too familiar though.
Yeah, so he used to play with Tom Brady. He was a tight end. Um he was a really good tight end before Gronk came, and then Gronk got drafted, and then they became like a dynamic duo. But basically, he got charged and put in jail for murder while he was playing with the Patriots. That was a big deal. And then it was maybe it was probably about 7 years ago now, but while he was in jail, he unalived himself. So they were making jokes about him, talking about Tom Brady's not the first murderer you played with, or it was one joke. The dude, he came out in a OJ Simpson outfit, and he was like, "I just came from hell," and Aaron Hernandez was there. He said, "Hey y'all," and then it was another one where he was like, Tom Brady has 7 rings on his hands, and Aaron Hernandez had another ring around his neck because that's how he, whatever. But yeah, so a lot of jokes kind of went too far. I didn't find a lot of this stuff funny. Like I said, so far, I hate to sound like an old person or an old grunt or whatever about it, but that's just how I took it. And Brady, like I said, I don't know if he walked out or not, but through the first hour, he didn't. He laughed off some of the stuff, but it was even one joke. He went up and he tried to whisper, but it got through the mic. He was like, don't say that shit again. And so he definitely, I don't know why he signed up to do it. I don't know why this was a thing, but not funny to me. Some of the humor, and then some of the stuff just went too far, like how I mean, but
Yeah, I feel like with roasts and jokes in general, sometimes it does go a little far.
yeah,
Um, Obviously, not all uh, comedian things are broadcasted to billions of people. Um, Especially this one with Tom Brady. But I feel like that's just the point of jokes. I mean, sometimes yes, you like with I personally have a philosophy. Anything's on the line except people who have passed and like kids and
yeah,
stuff. Like if you make a joke about doing something terrible to a kid, no, that's off the book.
right,
But other than that, anything's free game in my opinion. Because you're a
yeah,
comedian, that's your job. You want to make people laugh.
Right.
But yeah, people who have passed and kids are two
Right.
two genuine things that are off limits.
Yeah. And honestly, I definitely agree. I'm the exact same way. I feel like everything is on the table except, like you said, kids and people who are no longer with us because they're not here to defend themselves or wherever the case may be, especially a situation with Aaron Hernandez and stuff. But yeah, the joke, I like I said, the only thing is just a personal thing with me. Some of them were just very over the top sexually, um, which that's just me. But yeah, the jokes and stuff I didn't have a problem with for the most part. It's just some of it I just didn't find funny, and not even in a caring way. It just wasn't that funny to me. But like I said, I gotta not that it was all bad either. Some of the stuff was pretty funny, but I have to finish watching it.
All right. So we did that. Did Mount Rushmore. I really don't have anything to talk about for NFL. Schedule was released next Wednesday. I thought it was today. Because I heard in someone's Twitch chat that it was supposed to be today. But it's next Wednesday, so we'll talk about that next week. I guess something that came up was rookie numbers came out yesterday. Not really a
Yeah, I
huge
think.
deal,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I know for the NFL, I used to always say this is the worst time of the year because this is where you go on like ESPN and stuff, and they have nothing to report about the NFL. So they do like the Steelers had just started their first day of voluntary mini camp, and Russell Wilson just had a great, nice throw in practice as he threw it right on the line to George Pickens, and he made a nice sound like you get news and stuff like that. So this is a very boring part of the NFL season, but that's why we got NHL playoffs, we got NBA playoffs. We got Jake Paul fight to look and Mike Tyson fight to look forward to. This is where other sports, we kind of need them to carry us through until next football season starts. Because after the draft with the NFL is very boring and dry.
yeah, that's also the reason why we are taking a break next month. June will be our off break. Will be our break. So for four weeks we'll be out. Um, just because nothing really happens in June. NHL is over by June. I think the only sport that's going on in June, I want to say baseball, because isn't basketball over by June too?
Yeah, I think WNBA, think will be going on. That's the only thing I know. That I think the UFL season is going on. Like no disrespect to any of those sports, especially because I'm trying to get into WNBA. But just realistically, sports are stuff that most people aren't really that not sports that aren't as popular as NFL, NBA, you know, you know stuff like that.
Yeah, and then July it starts to pick back up a little bit. More news from getting ready for the football season. August football excitement get hits, and then September
Yeah,
obviously we have first week of the NFL season, and then it's just high from there. So yeah, I
yeah,
feel like June would is the perfect time for us to just take a break, reset, come back better than ever. New things happening after the break. Um, going to hopefully get better quality with the streams and stuff like that. So, but yeah, NHL. You mentioned that, so. Alright, so we got round 2 started Sunday. We got the Hurricanes, Rangers, Bruins, Panthers, Avalanche Stars, Canucks, Oilers left in the playoffs. Game 1, round 2. Hurricanes lost to the Rangers. Bruins won against the Panthers. Hurricanes lost again to the Rangers. Avalanche won against the Stars. Panthers won against the Bruins. Oilers lost against the Canucks. And then game 3 is starting now. With right now, Hurricanes winning against the Rangers in that series. Game 2 for Avalanche Stars begins 9:30 tonight. Game 2 for Oilers Canucks begin tomorrow. And yeah, just game 3 for Panthers Bruins begin tomorrow also. So I haven't been really keeping up with much hockey, especially playoffs, because Penguins aren't in it. But maybe I'll watch the Cup. I don't know.
Right, yeah. I'll probably even tune in to the Cup, or at least try to, depending on when it comes on and what's going on.
Yeah, if the Rangers are in it, I'll probably watch just because Rangers are a rival. I want to
Damn.
see them lose. I think are Rangers a rival? I believe they are. I don't know. I don't really keep up with hockey as much as I do with football. I want to start, but um, you got anything for NBA?
Yeah, we can just I just go over the playoffs so far. Like NHL, the NBA is in the second round of the playoffs. One series we got the number 1 seed Thunder versus number 5 seed Mavericks. The Thunder are up right now, 1 game. It's 1-0, best of 7 series, first team to 4 wins. This series so far, Thunder kind of out the Mavericks in that first game, but I don't. The Mavericks probably gonna come back strong the next game, come back better. But Thunder look really good. Next, we got the number 1 Celtics versus the number 4 Cavaliers. Boston is up 1-0 right now so far. They're actually playing live right now. This series wash. Cleveland stands no chance against Boston. But Cavaliers, at least you're not the Browns. So, Timberwolves, number 3 Timberwolves versus the number 2 Denver Nuggets. This has been the most exciting series so far. Everyone has been looking forward to. The Timberwolves surprisingly up 2-0 against the defending champions from last year, Denver Nuggets. Very shocking outcome so far. Denver's in a what the world? Okay, Denver's in a much must-win situation, but yeah, and then last we have the number 6 Pacers versus the number 2 Knicks. The Knicks are up 2-0. Um, Knicks really may make the conference finals, but we'll see how that goes. But that's really it for NBA. Just playoffs going on, good basketball, trying to see who can come out on top.
All right, and I guess that's it for the sports show. I don't know what KB's doing. He has an attitude, so can't control
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do versus series. All right, so this week we are doing villain duos. So Spider-Man. First up is Spider-Man and Venom versus Batman and Joker.
All right. I think based off of power and abilities, I think Spider-Man and Joker should wipe the floor with them. I mean, Spider-Man and Venom should wipe the floor with them. But it is all respect to Batman and Joker. I do personally believe they are way more iconic as a villain and hero duo. But I think in a straight up battle, I would definitely take Spider-Man and Venom.
Yeah, I'm the same way because Spider-Man and Venom actually have powers. Uh, Batman and Joker are
Mhm.
just regular humans, unless you count like the Joker Venom or whatever they call it in Arkham. Um, so yeah, Spider-Man and all right. Thor and Loki versus Superman and Lex Luthor.
Oh, this is actually really good. Man, I think I'm gonna go with Thor and Loki just because Superman and Thor that is a head to head gauntlet battle that Superman probably may win, but that's a gauntlet battle. When I look at Lex Luthor and Loki though, Loki should be able to definitely handle Lex Luthor. You know, I'm of course thinking Lex Luthor with all his gadgets, gear, whatever he may be using, his super suits that he has, whatever he may be using. That Loki's a god at the end of the day. He should be able to handle Luthor. But that Superman and Thor matchup is interesting. But if they get Loki to help, because he'll, like I said, I'm assuming he's just gonna be done with Lex. Yeah, I'm gonna take Thor and Loki.
Yeah, same.
Great matchup though.
The way I see this happening is uh, Lex is only powerful against Superman. Let's be honest. There's no one else in the world who is, or in the universe, whose weakness is kryptonite. Lex has an infinite
Right.
amount of kryptonite. We all know this. Um, so Loki would easily take him down. Find out Superman's weakness is kryptonite. Use that to his advantage. Use Lex's supply to take out Superman too. So, and Thor would just finish off the job with his
Yeah.
lightning. So, yeah, let's.
Right.
Okay, why isn't this? Oh, there we go. All right. Iron Man and the Mandarin versus Professor X and Magneto. I already got my pick.
I'm gonna go Professor X and Magneto. I just don't think you can stop. That's actually a very powerful duo. That
Yeah,
actually respect to Iron Man and Mandarin, but I think they wiped the floor with them. Actually,
yeah.
I think Professor X. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm the biggest Iron Man fan, and especially with Magneto, Magneto can crush him in his suit, and he's instant dead. Uh,
yeah,
and the Mandarin, I actually can't remember what the Mandarin's powers were, but whatever they were, Professor X probably has it easy.
yeah, definitely.
All right, two arguably or two of the argueless, I don't know, two of the best franchises, heroes and villains. Up next, Harry Potter and Voldemort versus Luke and Darth Vader.
This is a straight bias pick for me. Now, before I get into it, I do like Harry Potter. I'm not going to pretend like I know very much about it or what's going on. I'm very fresh on it. I know they're powerful, obviously. I know they use magic and all that. Um, I just don't see how they can stand a chance against Luke Skywalker. And you know what? I don't think they can stand a chance against Darth Vader. We spoke on the Luke Skywalker thing. Are we getting on film, on screen Luke Skywalker? Or are we getting the Luke Skywalker that does all this stuff off screen?
I'm gonna say, just to be fair, let's do both on screen.
Okay. I'm not a fan of on-screen Luke Skywalker. I've said it on here, whether it's a hot take or not. I think he's the most overrated, overhyped main protagonist in a series ever. So I really think Darth Vader would have to carry this. Uh, Damn, hold on, because only advantage I could see him having is the Force. That I'm not sure how powerful they are with their magic. I'm not sure if it's something they can use to fight back against the Force. I'm gonna tell you Darth Vader and Luke. I'm gonna take
Yeah, I like Luke.
this.
Um, I do agree with you. He is a little overrated. I feel like also the way they wrote him in the later movies uh, isn't Luke. It's
Oh,
a shell of what Luke formerly was. Like Luke wouldn't give up like that, like how he did at in the newer Star Wars.
mhm.
So Vader would definitely have to carry this. Uh, I even on screen, like comic, off screen, Vader destroys everything. On screen Vader destroy. I mean, he's definitely less powerful, uh, but he's still very powerful. I feel like he would use some sort of Sith mind trick, and just slice them both in half. Uh, Harry Potter, let's be honest,
Yeah.
he's a child. Um, so I feel like Darth Vader. It will be more so Darth Vader versus Voldemort. Voldemort
Mhm.
has weaknesses, um, but he's also immortal with all his Horcruxes. So
Okay.
I feel like Vader's determination, he would definitely take out all his Horcruxes with ease. Um,
Mhm.
and Voldemort is also kind of snarky. He would say something about Padme, and Vader would just see red.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
That
yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
So
Also,
Vader.
real quick, not trying to get off topic.
Okay.
Yeah, not trying to get off topic, but I remember you saying, because you were talking about how the new Luke Skywalker who they've been showing in the recent movies. That's not really him. As a shell of himself. That's not who the character was meant to be. And I know you even said that the actor who plays Luke, I can't think of his name, but he even said, that's not how Luke really is. If that is true, why do you think he even took the role or took the recent roles in the first place? If I know this is not who the character is supposed to represent, I'm not going to do justice of playing him or portraying him in that way. I mean, do you think the money was just too hard to pass down, or where do you think it is with that?
It was probably the money. I
Yeah.
feel like Mark Hamill's biggest role after Luke. I mean, he didn't have much roles after Luke that I know of. But I feel like his biggest was definitely um, the Joker in the animated Batman TV shows and stuff.
Mhm.
But I feel like also his determination to get back to the character, because you play a character when you're that young for that long. Like what was it? 3 movies, and he's so iconic.
Yeah.
that you kind of want, you feel you feel a need to be back to that character, to get back to that character. And we all know Disney has infinite money, so who knows how much they paid him to return. Um, but yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like it was just a mix of money and him feeling like he needs to come back because he can't
yeah.
recast
I guess how I
Mark
look at
Hamill.
yeah, you definitely can. That's why like I would love to know what went on because I feel the same way. How I already thought he was overrated and overhyped, but seeing the disaster he became in the last couple movies, um, you would think even if he like had his foot down, like I'm not doing it unless this has changed, and this has changed, and maybe he did, but if the money was too good to pass up, or you just wanted to take the role. I would say don't. I mean, but he's just let's hey, this is this is not, you know,
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely money. 100% the money. Uh, but yeah, I don't know if I would come back.
yeah,
I mean, if they put
yeah. That's especially.
yeah, if they put like
I was
50
especially
billion
seeing,
to do,
how it.
did we lose you? I think we lost him.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah, we can.
Okay.
All right, what were you saying?
I don't remember. I know you were saying, wait, if they put 50 billion on the table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they put 50 billion on the table, a 50 billion contract for me to do like three movie or what how much was he in? Two or three? I want to say three, but I feel like it was two.
I feel like it was two also, because it was the episode where he gets his hand cut off, the first Vader fight, and then the second episode or the next episode where he captures by Vader and all that stuff. I think it's two. I think it was only two.
I'm
I
talking
may
about
be wrong.
the
If
newer
that was.
ones. Like the
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. I know one for sure. I think
definitely
two.
one.
I don't think
I
three.
think yeah, it may have been two. Um I don't even how much I wonder how much he got paid. Make from Last Jedi. Between 5 and $10 million from the Last Jedi alone.
Okay, well, that's why he took it.
Yeah. Um, for five and between $5 and $10 million, I would. Let's be honest. I don't
Right.
think anyone is giving that up. But also as an actor, sometimes you really, I mean, he probably could have said, "Look, I'm not coming back unless I get to make the script." Um, but yeah, I mean, he he could have easily said that, but there's also a chance that he did say that and they said no. So,
Yeah.
all right. Spider-Man and Venom versus Thor and Loki.
As much as I love Spider-Man and Venom, um, we're going against two gods here. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's only so much Spider-Man and Venom can do against literal gods. So,
Right.
oh, thanks for telling me that my driver need updated. I don't need to know that right now. All right. But yeah, Thor and Loki win that one. All right, this is another, I feel like, pretty easy decision. Professor X and Magneto versus Luke and Darth Vader. Oh, we lost Phil. Oh, he's back.
All right. Yeah, I cut out. All right, my bad. All right, here we go.
All right, Professor X and Magneto, and Luke and Darth Vader.
Why am I thinking about this? I'm gonna go with Luke and Darth Vader. Be let me hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Luke and Darth Vader because I think they can obviously not the same thing, but I think they can kind of do similar things such as the mind control and like the force and stuff. But I feel like they do it at a higher level, and then yeah, and then if we add in, they're kind of I wouldn't say neck and neck, but they can Luke and Vader can give them a challenge when it comes to the mind games or whatever. So then we're talking about combat after that. I obviously I think Luke and Vader wipe the floor with with Magneto and Professor X and combat. I don't know. Um,
I mean, first off,
I don't know.
Magneto can literally crush Darth Vader, making him unable to breathe. Because he can, doesn't he
No,
have like,
because of his suit.
yeah, because his suit is mostly metal, I think. And it will be Luke
Is it
versus,
metal?
yeah, I know his legs and stuff are metal, and his, breathing thing is metal. Everything else I think is leather, but the important things are metal.
Says armated. I don't even know how to pronounce these words. Opicidium, Plastil, Druistil, and Plastroid. I mean, I know can Magneto crush
I don't
that
know.
stuff?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know. Because I know, especially with like the technology in Star Wars, yeah, I don't think Darth Vader is walking around in a pure metal suit because I don't see how he could move like that. I would think he would have something that Magneto just can't crush like that. Um, but that's something I don't have enough knowledge about because like I said I don't even know what this stuff is that his suit's made out of.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's some nerd out there that could tell us. But the fact that I'm not sure about that either. I thought it was just like, because I know his legs were made of metal, because we saw that. And I just assumed his breathing thing was made of metal because, I mean, it looks like it. Uh, but the fact that I don't know if Magneto can crush that makes me change my answer to Luke and Darth Vader. If it was like aluminum or something, I'd say definitely Magneto and Professor X, but the fact that I'm not sure.
So it's either two ways we can look at it then. Because this is, I think I'm going out. Am I going out again?
A little bit, yeah.
Damn, my Wi-Fi. All right. Let me turn my Wi-Fi on because usually my Wi-Fi is what messes up, and now the data isn't. But so it's two ways we could look at this. Since it is a Studio C versus at the end of the day, with the knowledge that we could either just go with Magneto can crush Darth Vader's suit because I don't know if he can or not. Um, but if we say that it's made out of metal, which, like I said, to our knowledge, it would be, then they would win. But if we, do research on it and add in other stuff, because like I said, I don't even know if this stuff is real. I don't know if this is Star Wars, um, if this is Star Wars canon stuff, where they say his suit is made out of. I don't know what it is, and I don't know if Magneto could crush it. So I don't know. It's really two ways of looking at it. Like you said, if you want to go with it's made out of this other stuff, then I think Vader and Luke would win. But if you want to, say it's made from metal or whatever, something more simple, then Magneto and them would win.
Let's just go with Luke and Vader for now, and then
Okay.
just assuming he can't crush it, let's just go with that.
Yeah, I like that just simply because with Star Wars, how the technology is there, and with Vader being in such power that he is, I just don't see them giving him, you know, the most basic, just like some basic or generic metal suit, and say here. I would think that even going in space and traveling and all that, I don't know how metal holds up, how like normal metal hold up in that.
Well, he got the suit because it was
So I would just think that he has some extra stuff going on.
yeah, he got the suit because it was a punishment from Palpatine. And the suit is very
Okay.
outdated in Star Wars terms. So,
Mhm.
but obviously, since it's in a galaxy far, far away, it's very advanced for us. So, it was outdated for them, but advanced for us. So yeah, let's just say Luke
Yeah.
and Vader win that one. Thor and
Okay.
Loki versus Luke and Vader.
I'm going with Thor and Loki. I just don't. I don't think that Vader and Luke can stand a chance against two gods.
Yeah, especially Vader and Thor with the lightning. Vader's suit is very susceptible with the lightning, and Palpatine did that on purpose because Palpatine can do Force lightning. So yeah,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
Thor and Loki take that one. Thor and Loki win the
Yeah.
verses.
That was a very good verses though. I had it was some very there's some ones I really had to think about.
All right, let's do hot takes. You got yours ready?
All right. Ah, damn, I feel like some. I got mine ready. Do you have yours ready right now? Right now,
Yeah.
you can go before me. You want to? Okay, yeah.
All right. So last week my hot take was Eminem is not the best white rapper out right now. Um, I said that, but I actually meant Eminem is very overrated. Uh, so that was kind of a mess up on my part. Um,
Okay.
KV's one was Raisin Bran is a good cereal, which I do not agree with at all. Um,
Nope.
it's an old person cereal. Let's be honest. So
It is.
this week, mine is ketchup belongs on a lot more than just hamburgers and hot dogs. I'm not saying put ketchup on a $50 steak. Obviously, that's a no
Okay.
go. But uh, mac and cheese. Put some ketchup on there. Um, what
That's
else?
interesting.
See, my dad always did it growing up, so I thought it was normal. I always thought it was
Okay.
normal until it was like, I think I was, up until I was like 18. My mom was, I asked my mom, is this normal to put ketchup on mac and cheese? She's like, no, no one does that except my grandfather. And I was like, oh, my dad always did it, and I thought it was normal. And she was like, yeah, no, it's not normal. So I always thought that was normal. It's good. I love it. Um, but yeah, mac and cheese, delicious. What else? But yeah, mainly mac and cheese. Uh, ketchup or hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, fries, obviously. Um, very bad mashed potatoes. Could make ketchup
Okay, that makes
could make
sense.
that good. Um, Now garlic mashed potatoes, no, I wouldn't put
Yeah.
ketchup on that. But like very dry mashed potatoes, I'd put ketchup on those. Any Pretty much anything with potatoes. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that's about it.
I feel like I definitely had mac and cheese and ketchup before when I was younger. And when I was younger, it wasn't bad. It's just thinking about it now, off of the taste I remember, I don't know if I would like it now. That's interesting though. But that's I don't think it's a hot take that it belongs on more things than just burgers and how it going on ketchup. Yeah, very, yeah, that's cool though. All right. Well, mine is going to be music wise. Um, I take I Logic. Logic is a rapper kind of in a generation. Logic is very underrated, overrated. It's not getting credit and recognition he deserves. I honestly believe lyrically he is. I won't even say on the same level, but he's the same park. Kendrick, Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole too. You know, I love this
You're cutting out
generation.
a bit.
Logic is on there. Man. We gonna have to thug it out. There's nothing else we can do. But but yeah, yeah. So I believe Logic is very underrated, overhated, and I think he's in the same playing field as some of the top rappers everyone loves today, such as Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, whoever it may be. I think Logic is right up there skill wise with them. Maybe not now anymore because some of his recent stuff, I don't know, but definitely Prime Logic. He is amazing.
Oh my gosh, I love that you brought him up because last week for my argument that Eminem isn't the best, one of the best white rappers out right now, I brought up Logic.
Okay,
He's
man, that's something.
good. I mean,
Yeah,
right now, I feel like because let's be honest, Eminem took a drop off around 2019. He
yeah,
took a
definitely.
hard drop off. I feel like low Eminem. I feel like Prime Logic easily overtakes him.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Now, I mean, Logic still puts out some bangers. I want to say, I think it was his last album before he retired.
I hate when they do that. Just take a break. Don't say you're retiring and then come back.
Yeah, that's yeah. Um, No Pressure. Yeah, I think that was his last album before he retired. Um, that album was good. I love that album. There's one song in particular. What is it? Hit My Line. I mean, Hit My Line is good. Um,
Okay.
so I feel like that beats out Eminem. Um,
Yeah, I would also take right now Logic at his stage now over right now Eminem right now still. Just off of how they are as of where do we at? As of May 9th, 2024, at their current stage, I would take Logic right now over Eminem still. So I mean, yeah, I love Logic. I think he definitely overhate. Now the only thing to your hot take from last week, Logic, even though he looks like it, he is not fully white, and he really doesn't
yeah, that is
even
true.
go for fully. Yeah, because
That
that
is
my
true.
only problem with Logic is that it seemed like every other song he has to mention, he's biracial, his dad is black too, his
That is
granddad,
true.
yeah,
He is not fully white technically.
yeah,
Uh, Lace It with that um with Benny Blanco and Juice World. Lace It was good. Um,
yeah.
but as far as like especially Logic's 2020 album, I mean that was just
Mhm.
super good. So wait, did
Yeah. And it may have to switch up the statement a little bit for me.
yeah.
I would take right now in their forms. If you ask me who would I rather want a verse from or a feature from, I would probably take Eminem. But if we're
Eminem is
talking
good
about
at features,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, but if we're talking about a full body of work, a full project, I would definitely take Logic right now, a full project over Eminem. I would. I just think it would be better, and it's unfortunate. Like I said, this isn't an all time at their prime rankings. They get that confused. It's just how we feel they are right now. I would definitely take Logic, a full project over Eminem. Now, like I said, if you're talking about who do I want on a future, I'll take Eminem still, but full body of work right now, give me Logic.
100%. Like
Yeah.
um yeah, I feel like Eminem's best work is with features. Uh and he carries those features. Don't get me wrong, he carries them. Monster with Rihanna. Uh what else? Like I said, Lace It, he carried that feature. Uh
Mhm.
the one he did with Juice World a couple years ago, what was it?
Godzilla. I think it's
Godzilla, yeah. I mean, Juice was great in that, but let's be honest, Eminem carried that.
yeah.
So no shade to Eminem, but he's amazing. One of the greatest rappers. But why did my stream restart? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's yeah, he's definitely not what he used to be.
Yeah,
Uh,
which is okay. I
yeah,
mean, you can't. You've been rapping since the late '90s. It's hard to keep putting out quality, for 2, 3 decades.
yeah. And I'm gonna say even like the best rappers in the world fall off.
Yeah,
It's a
definitely.
rat. it's depends upon whether they can get back up to where they used to be, or at least close to where they used to be. I'm gonna say Eminem's getting close, but he never really hits that mark. I feel like Godzilla was probably the last time he was closest to hitting that mark.
Yeah. And then I feel like Eminem now, he just, kind of lives off a legacy, which like I say, legacy's great. It's okay. He has the right to do, but that's what he's known for now. Not really any new projects. And, like, I definitely agree with that take. Rappers and I feel artists just in general are gonna fall off. You have your time, to shine in the sunset. You eventually fade away because new artists come in, and it's natural. It always happens. It's always going to happen. We have legendary artists from the '60s and '70s. They're legendary, but they're not out here selling out shows and stuff. Still, it's just a natural progression with things.
Yeah, and I feel like that happens in any field that you're in. Actors,
Right.
artists, like you said. I mean, any field that you're amazing in, you're gonna fall off
Mhm.
eventually, and new people are
Right.
gonna come and take that place. But your legacy will, if you're good enough, your legacy will still live on.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's
And
it's
honestly, the legacy is more important. Yeah.
yeah, legacy
Yeah,
is
the legacy is more important than yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I mean that's hot take. Um, anyone I knew people, especially if Shane popped in at that moment, I knew he would say something. But I mean that's hot takes for you. I mean it's to get that out. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's our opinions and
Also, I got one more take. Since I didn't get one last week, I have one more.
right.
It is music again, unfortunately, but Future. Future, obviously, rapper, Atlanta artist, been out for a while. He gets talked about and prop. Dang, it's really, I had really too. Okay, anyway, but Future gets talked about, propped up so much. I have forced myself to listen and to try and like Future. And over the last couple weeks, I have, and there is a lot more stuff that I do like. But Future, overhyped. He is not great to me. He's just not. His melodic stuff is a lot better than when he tries to rap or do whatever he does sometimes. But Future is just not, like, they try to mention him with, some of the top artists or whatever. I don't vibe with Future, and I try to. I've literally forced myself to, but yeah, another hot take.
Yeah. Um, um, all right. So, who would you like to see play Spider-Man next in the future? So obviously we had a lot of changes in Spider-Man. We've had Tom Holland. My mind's blanking on the other two, but yeah, we've had some changes. Who would you like to see him play him next?
This is interesting. All honesty, I would like for Tom Holland to be the last live action Peter for the next 10 years. So to give my next live action Peter is kind of gonna be hard for me because whoever I may think of right now, unless there's some 12-year-old, by the time that time does come for me, they're gonna be too old. So for Peter, it's no one particularly right now. For Miles, um, like I said, he's not the only one, but the first one to come to mind, I think Miles Brown. I would love to see Miles Brown play Miles Morales. He kind of has that, that he has that look. He kind of looks like he could go for half Hispanic, half black. He fits that mold. His name is Miles, born to play the role. But yeah, he's the next live action on screen Spider Man I would like to see. Like I said, I love Peter. I'm a Peter guy over Miles just because I grew up on him, and it's nothing against a Peter, but I feel like I've seen enough for the next decade of a live action Peter after Tom. So I will go with Miles Morales, Miles Brown to play the next live action Spider Man.
I'm gonna go for Peter. I only have one for Peter. Um, Grant Gustin. If we only get four from Tom Holland, I feel like this is the only way this could work. Um, but I feel like Grant Gustin, uh, he has the face. He has the face for it. Let's be honest. Um, he played the Flash in that TV show. Uh, so he has experience playing a superhero. Uh, he is a little on the older side with being 34. So we would have to start that soon. If he is a choice. But yeah, I mean, I feel like he would probably be one of the top people to play it him next.
Yeah, that's actually a really good pick. But like you said, because he's already on the older side, I think that would have to be like a right now thing. And then second, even still, I don't think he does look young. Like he doesn't look like he's 34. But he wouldn't be able to play, a 16, 17-year-old high school Spider-Man either. It would have to be a thing similar to kind of how they did with the Batman movie that came out a couple years ago, where let's kind of sim a couple years in the future and we're going to start the movie off there, which I wouldn't mind because like the Batman movie, I don't have to see the origin story I've gotten a thousand times before,
Yeah,
So, but yeah, I do actually really like that pick. I think he would be good.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean they could have even done it with because with replace him with Tom. Uh,
Yeah,
except I mean, obviously, like you said, it would have to be a few years in the future. But they didn't. If you remember, they didn't give Tom an origin story. They just jumped us right into, "Hey, I'm Spider Man." Um,
right.
so it could work with like a or maybe even like a darker version of Spider Man, like uh maybe in the Andrew universe where or an Andrew like universe where he loses his love interest and he's it's like 5-10 years after he loses the love interest and he's just trying to deal with that.
And I think that would be awesome. The only thing I would hate for Grant is he would, if it took place with that type of environment similar to Andrew, he would be compared to Andrew so much. And I don't know how he would play as the character. We don't know, but Andrew mastered that role so good that it's really a lose lose. I don't really see a win for Grant. Even if he performs amazing in it, which I'm sure he would, it would be, well, he wasn't Andrew though, because Andrew by far, I mean, he's just, yeah, but yeah, I do like that though.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see like a I mean I know we kind of got it with Andrews but like a darker version of not only Spider-Man but all the heroes. I feel like after Disney acquired Marvel and started pushing out movies, it was Disneyfied where it's all happy and joyful.
Yeah.
So, All right, next up, Goncardo. I'm gonna only say his first name, cause I'm gonna butcher his last name. Um, the guy from Breaking Bad, the one villain, forgot his name, that owned the chicken restaurant. His actor
Okay.
is joining the MCU.
Hmm. Does it say what he's supposed to be
It
playing or what his
doesn't,
role is going to be?
but he said it's gonna be like something we've never seen before.
Hmm.
So
I didn't watch Breaking Bad, but I know it's about my dad watched it. With him coming from Breaking Bad, which I don't know how dark necessarily it is, but I do know it's obviously a more serious tone show. So with him coming from there, kind of how we just mentioned, adding him to the MCU, I think it will do a good job. Even if it doesn't make it darker, just kind of maturing it, maybe slowly getting to that point, especially with him saying that, something we never seen before. um I think it could be something like that, bringing kind of that energy over into the MCU, because I do agree it just feels very Disney-fied now. Happy magical fireworks at the end, it feels. Yeah, I agree with that. So that's how I feel this could possibly do.
yeah, it's one of those things that could be either really, really great or terrible. So hopefully it's great. All right. So next up, this past week, uh, Sony announced that Helldiver, the popular game Helldivers 2, is gonna require a PSN account. Um, which personally I feel like it's a little overblown. Everyone kind of freaked out about it. Uh, the only reason why I don't like it is because there are countries that you cannot make a PSN account. Um,
Mhm.
so with those, they just completely took Helldivers off the market. I don't know right now if those people got a refund. If they didn't, I feel like that's theft. Uh, but if they did, I mean, I guess that's an okay solution. Um, but yeah, I other than the countries that cannot make a PSN account, I feel like this is kind of a little blown out of the proportion, blown out of the water. It's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Me personally, I don't play Helldivers. I'm not too familiar with the game, but one, for the people in other countries that have the game, that does suck. That's obviously not the best business move or decision for Helldivers or the company that produced the game. But as far as making a PSN required, I don't see the big deal in it, simply because from a person that has PlayStation, not all games, of course, but most games, especially certain online features, you have to have one anyways. So I don't find the big deal in it unless it's something more to it that I don't know. But if it's just, you have to have a PSN account, it does. It is more you have to do, but I don't think it's the biggest deal, and definitely feel it's blowing out of proportion.
Yeah, people are saying that it's because the game's been out for a couple months now. So it doesn't have anything to do with online features. It's basically Sony wants the data.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I mean I mean we give data to big corporations every day. I don't see how this is an issue. Um, but like I said, for the countries that can't make a PSN account, why did you sell the the game in those countries in the first place if you knew you were, unless it was like a surprise thing Sony threw on them, but even then you would think Sony would uh say something. But I do believe they rolled it back. And I created this list before I knew that. I think they rolled it back. I'm not 100% sure. I did see something that they rolled back the update, and they're not doing it anymore. If that's true, that's great. At least they did something good, and we're like, hey, this isn't gonna work, so let's just roll back that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, they rolled it back, and I think that's definitely the best. Especially the game has already been doing well. A couple months been out. Like I do anything to mess that up.
Yeah, 100%. All right, we got two more topics left. Top three overrated artists. You want to go first?
All right. Yeah, I will. Um, I'm glad because that kind of adds it to my hot take. Okay, so Future, I already kind of mentioned that in my hot take, so I won't go into that anymore. Playboy Cardi, I don't understand what the hype is behind him, why his fans ride or die for him like they do. Like I said, I don't want to sound like an old person or Karen or whatever, but it would be nice to. I just take offense, not take offense, but I just don't see or like how you could get on a song, literally not speak English or not speak words, say whatever, and people are hyped to it. And I will say some of the stuff is for some reason somehow it works for certain songs or the uh what it's trying to achieve, but overall he's just very overrated. I don't understand what it is with him. Um, my third most overrated. Um, I'm going to say I used to say one dude, but I'm starting to respect him a bit. So I'm going to say Jay Z. Jay Z is overrated to me. Um, I don't. Every time he raps, he's one of those rappers where it sounds like he's talking more than rapping to me. Not a fan of that. None of his bars or lyrics really stand out at all to me. A lot of his beats are features carry him a lot of times, in my opinion. I think he's a great businessman. You know, I think he does great things outside of music, but just as a pure artist or a pure rapper, I think Jay Z is very overrated, in my opinion.
All right. My three. Number three, NBA YoungBoy.
Mm, okay, yeah.
He got really hyped up. I want to say 5 years ago, ish. Um, but yeah, like kind of like what you were saying with Playboy Cardi. I mean, you can't really tell what he's saying in a lot of his songs.
Yeah.
So, meh. Um, number two. I mean, it's kind of surprising for me because I was on his side for a while. I really like this artist, and then but recently kind of fell off with him. Travis Scott.
Mm,
I feel like
okay.
especially recently, I'm not even talking about like his controversy stuff like Astro World and stuff like that. That's a whole different discussion. I feel like he's gotten a lot more cryptic recently, and I'm kind of iffy about that.
Okay. Go. I'll wait till you finish your list.
And number one, which I kind of already went into, Eminem. I feel like
Okay.
he is definitely very overrated. Um, I feel like not to offend anyone, I feel like he's more for the older people. Everyone's kind of hemped up about nostalgia and him and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I listened to some of his newer stuff and some of his older stuff. I mean, I just feel like he's just really overhyped. I mean, he's a great artist and stuff, but just a little overhyped. I feel like, and I don't know if you looked into his story at all, but his story is amazing. He overcame drug addiction and alcohol addiction and everything like that, which he deserves to be on top. But because of that, but I feel like he is just a little too overhyped.
Mhm. Yeah. So to I want to speak on the Travis Scott and Eminem as well. Travis Scott, he's one of my favorite artists. I love Travis Scott, but I will say I don't feel he's overrated. But his last album, Utopia, I feel that is overrated. I was not a fan of Utopia. It was experimental, a different sounding for him. So a lot of people give it praise because of that. But I'm a big person of experimental doesn't mean that it's good or doesn't automatically make it good. It means you experimented. And for me, it didn't really work out. But that's just me. Some of his features also I don't really love. They kind of seem lazy a bit. But so I can definitely see where you're coming from with Travis. And then just kind of adding on with Eminem, I respect what he does. Like I say, his lyrics, his flows, like amazing, all time great. He's one of the greatest rappers ever. But even when you look at, and I got to do a deep dive on Eminem's catalog because I'm not even really have too much knowledge on his catalog. But even when you look at his hit songs like Slim Shady, that's it's a solid song. It's not special to me. Monster with Rihanna. Just gonna stand here and watch me fall. That song with Rihanna also. Like some of his Rap God. Um, a lot of his songs they're cool, but it's not like they're special. So I don't know. The Eminem, I definitely think at some, especially now, but yeah, he can. I definitely agree with that take of him being a little overrated at least.
All right, before we get on to our last topic, this is actually breaking news. I'm just getting this news. I don't know whether it's 100% confirmed or if it's just kind of like a hypothetical thing. For any Office fans, they are getting 10 new episodes. Uh, it says, get ready to dive back into the hilarious world of the Scranton branch with The Office Returns on Peacock. Join Jim Halpert, now running the branch alongside Dwight and the gang for 10 exciting episodes filled with laughs and surprises, with Michael Scott making regular appearances and a fresh premise of a 10-year documentary follow up. The series promises to reunite or reignite your love with Dunder Mifflin like never before. I mean, as an Office fan, I'm excited. I love the old cast, especially John Krasinski as Jim, Steve Carell as Michael. I mean, it's just an iconic cast, iconic show.
Yeah, I definitely get iconic cast, iconic show. I just hope it is. Hopefully, it's one of those things where they don't try to they don't mess up with the legacy they have or what they started. because I think we spoke on it before. A lot of times it's best to let things go out on a bang so you have that legacy. You want to leave your fans wanting more or wishing they had more, or leave your fans, with great thoughts of your show or whatever, and not just how things ended or whatever. So hopefully, as long as it doesn't mess up what they built, the legacy that it has, then it should be good. But I know a lot of Office fans are definitely would definitely be excited for that.
Yeah, I don't think it would. If they do it right, if they have a good showrunner, and I mean, with an iconic cast like this, obviously it's easy to let nostalgia build up, and get you excited. But especially with Steve Carell, John Krasinski, and everyone else, I feel like it would be a little hard to mess up, but still possible, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, and the last topic, which was the surprise topic I was telling you about in the chat. Um, really wish KV was here for this because I wanted to see his reaction. But I was thinking a little bit this morning, and I just realized SpongeBob promotes cannibalism.
Okay, let me guess what it is. All right. Is it cuz SpongeBob's my show. All right. Is it the okay, I think it's two. Is it the Krabby Patties are made out of crab, which is why Mr. Krabs is the only one there, or is it the chum bucket? Chum is fish. It's like it's actually fish. And
That's
okay,
it.
okay, is that yeah,
That's it.
okay.
And in some
Yeah.
of the episodes, you see the fish people eat the chum.
Yeah.
So it promotes cannibalism. You heard it here. I'm not assuming first, but yeah, SpongeBob promotes cannibalism, guys.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw that maybe not this week, but last week. I was like, dang, I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's wild though. It's a lot of. I think if you break it down, some stuff in SpongeBob it makes you wonder: is it not maybe the most kid appropriate show?
Yeah,
Because even yeah,
I feel like it gets by because kids don't understand.
yeah. Because even real quick, while we're we're on that. Have you heard the one where Mr. Krabs has the well daughter, right? And it's like, okay, how does a crab have a well daughter? It's one where they said Mr. Krabs killed is it Pearl? I think it's her name. He killed Pearl's mother or parents or whatever, and is using the whale meat because they said that could last a long time, using the whale meat to make the Krabby Patties, and that he's raising Pearl so she can grow up and get big, and then he's going to use her for. I've heard that one too. Like I said, I don't like to think about that. It messes up the show for me, but it is interesting.
Yeah, I heard that one. I want to say it was recently. I think it was like a month or two ago. I heard about that one,
Yeah.
and I heard about the one that you said with the crab meat. I heard about that
Hmm.
one years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's it. That's all I have.
Yeah. That's all I got.
All right. We will see. No show next week. This is a mixed show, or no show tomorrow, not next week. No show tomorrow. I may or may not be live for the Marvel Rivals closed beta. Might not be trying. May or may not be trying that out. I don't know if I want to take the day off or not. We'll see. So yeah, we will see you guys next week.